Welcome to my channel, and I'm here to inspire you, give you crochet advice, and help you along with your next project. If you enjoyed this pattern, please give me a thumbs up or even comment so I can gauge your interest. It helps me to know what to film next. Welcome back to the Crochet Corrado. So my friends over at Yarnspirations.com. Today is the Waterfall Stitch program. We have a total of 4 videos and they'll all be linked in the same link in the video description. They'll all go to the same thing because we have one download that will cover everything. Now what I'm going to do, the video title promised a certain type of stitch for it, so I'm going to demonstrate that immediately. I'm going to show you in ultra slow-mo, and then you can use the video chapters to jump ahead or back, and at the end of this tutorial I'm going to be telling you more about this stitch, why you would care about it. But for now, let me just get right into a stitch demonstration with you. Let's do Waterfall 2 without me saying a word. Okay, did you get it? Okay, so let's try that, and this is what our goal is. It's not that hard. So let's try Waterfall 2 in slow motion just to make sure that you got it. So the waterfall requires you to use the back and the front of the project at the same time. So in order to do the single crochet in Waterfall 2, you're going to stick your hook through this gap space and going in, and because it's single crochet, how many times are we going to wrap the hook? We're going to wrap the hook once. And when we wrap the hook, because this is Waterfall 2, you're going to immediately just turn to the back side of this and get the first stitch that is available to you of the 3 that was there, and you're going to stick in your hook into that first stitch. Now in single crochet, when we do that, we yarn over and we pull through, and I want you to push your hook so that it comes like this. And you can see 2 loops of the color, one of this chain space and the very first one. So in this single crochet version you need to wrap the hook and pull through the 2, but also include this here. And what this is going to do is it's going to seal this with this chain and lock it into position. So you yarn over and you pull through the 2 that you can see, plus keep on going till you go beyond the bar, that space. I'm gonna call it a bar, and then move your hook forward. Then turn it to the good side and finish your stitch. So yarn over, pulling it through 2, and this creates a bar that's horizontal. So let's try this again. So this is Waterfall 2. So go into the space and wrap the hook once, and then going into the next stitch that's available to you. Yarn over, pull through, and push your hook. You can see 2 loops of the color, one here of the bar. I want you to pull through the 2 loops of the color and the bar. Turn the project to the right side and pull through the 2 and finish. So you can see I was a little tighter that time, so you want to be consistent with your stitch work, and I'll show you one more time. Going into the space and wrap the hook once, turn it and get the next available stitch. Yarn over, pull through, and push your hook. You can see 2 loops of color, one of the bar. Pull through the 2 loops of color and the bar. Turn your work and finish the 2. Yarn over and finish. And that would be the Waterfall 2 in order to do this particular concept. So the only difference between the Waterfall 2, 3, 4, and 5 is that there's going to be more spaces to fill in as you go. So let's now move on to Waterfall 3 as you continue. So in order to get there, I just have to single crochet the remaining and then begin that. So I'm going to demonstrate waterfall 3 in real time, and it's going to be very similar to what you know, but it's now going to be different, and I'm going to exaggerate the motion so that you can see. And now you've gone down 2 spaces, so this is waterfall 3. So let me rip this out and let me explain this in slow-mo. So the equation significantly changes after you start getting down more spaces. So waterfall 3, 4, 5 and etc., they're all done slightly different in the approach. So as we begin, you're going to come in, this is single crochet, so you're going to come into the space like you did, but this time you're not ready to seal it to the bottom because you have 2 spaces to work with. So you're just going to go in and you're going to wrap the hook, and you're going to pull it forward and move the hook down. Use your fingernail just to stabilize that and push that up the hook. It's easier. Then see this next space that's down? I want you to go through there and yarn over again, but this time stay on the back side. So yarn over and go into the first stitch and push that hook through. You want to be relaxed so all this can be seen on the hook. Yarn over, pull through that stitch. Now the only difference is between the first time we saw it and this one is that you got 2 bars now, these chain spaces. So you're going to pull through the 2 loops and this bar as your first step. So use your fingers, you can pull it and just pull through the 2 loops and that bar. Now what do you think you're gonna do? You're gonna yarn over, pull through those 2 loops and this bar. Then turn it back to the right side and pull through the final 2 loops. Think you got it? So let's do 2 more. So into the space you go. This is really awkward, so if you don't get it right away, it's okay. So you yarn over and pull back and push that hook down. Use your fingernail if it's not sliding that nicely. Now come to the next space that's down, that's you have to do, push your hook back, but you're gonna stay towards the back side this time. Yarn over first and then going in to the next stitch and push. Keep everything nice and organized on your hook. If you use a comfort grip, it's not gonna work. You need the space on there. So yarn over, pull through the stitch. Now you're gonna pull through the 2 loops plus the next bar. Then you're gonna pull through 2 loops and then the next bar, and then turn it to the right side of the project and pull through the final 2 to finish it. Let's do one more time. So you're going into the space, so grab it and move it and bring it back to the good side and push the hook down. Come into the next space, and because it's the last space you're gonna move it and turn it over to the back side and wrap, and then come into the next stitch. Make sure everything stays organized on the hook. Yarn over, pull through the stitch, then you're gonna yarn over and pull through the 2 loops plus the bar. Yarn over, pull through the 2 loops plus the bar, and then turn to the good side and pull through the final 2 loops, and now you can see that you've just gone down an extra one, and this here is waterfall 3. So I'm going to proceed now, and we're gonna start with waterfall number 4. Let's begin waterfall 4 using single crochet. I'll demonstrate it the first time in real time, and then I'll demonstrate it in slow-mo and walk you through it. and then we finish it to the top. So now you've just gone down an extra, and it looks really pretty, isn't it? All of these ones here, because it's getting deeper, they just float. So these can be moved. The only thing that it's secured to is the very bottom stitch. So let's take this out and let's show you 3 times in walking you through it verbally. Let's go. We're doing this as single crochet, so wrapping the hook is slightly different than other stitches, just so you know. We're gonna come into the first space as you know it, and you're gonna go in and you're going to yarn over and pull that to the good side in front. Use your fingernail, slide it down that hook. So you need to have a long enough shaft that you can get all the way down there. If you have a comfort grip, you can't get down there very easily, if at all. So once you have the first one done, you come to the next one. Yarn over, pull to the front, and push. Finally, here's the last one. So you're just gonna go over and turn it over and yarn over, and you're gonna come into the next available stitch. See how organized it is on the hook? Yarn over, pull through, and now we're gonna go all the way back to the top. The difference is that there's more bars to work with. So we yarn over and we pull through the 2 loops plus the next bar. We yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops and the bar. We yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops and the bar, and then finally turn to the good side and pull through the final 2 loops. Neat, eh? Let's do it again. So these ones here are, so if you ended up like this, it's okay, they're just floating. You can move them with your fingers. The only one that cannot be moved is the bottom. So let's start the next one. So come into the space and yarn over and pull through the front side. Use your fingernail to push down. Go into the next space. Yarn over and pull through and push down. Next space. Yarn over, turn it over, and then come into the next available stitch. Yarn over, pull through that stitch. Keep everything nice and flat on your hook. So pull through the 2 colored ones plus the bar. Pull through the next 2 colored ones and the bar. Pull through the next 2 and the bar. Turn to the right side of the project and pull through the final 2. And finally, we're gonna show it one more time. So come into the space, pull through and go down. Next space, yarn over and pull it through. Push it down. Finally, the last space going in, yarn over and go into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through, and now keep it organized on your hook. So pull through the 2 loops plus the bar. Pull through the 2 loops and the bar. Pull through 2 loops and the bar. Turn to the good side and pull through the final 2 to stabilize. And that's how that would be done. So that is waterfall number 4. So I'm just going to single crochet myself, and we're gonna start waterfall number 5 next. So let's start waterfall number 5. It's gonna be the deepest that we go, and in this particular series today. So we had waterfall number 2, 3, 4, and this is 5. Let's begin. I'll show you in real time, and then I'll do the walkthrough demonstration. So it's already what you know, and it's just longer. Okay, and you can shift everything if you need to. So you can see the stopping points are much bigger. So let's begin to show you and walk you through waterfall number 5. Let's begin waterfall number 5. Come into the space right here and yarn over and pull through and push down. Come into the next space, going right in, yarn over, pull through and push down. Come to the next space, yarn over, pull through to the front side, push down. Finally, this is the last space, so going in, turn the entire project over and yarn over, and come into the very first stitch that you're targeting. Keep everything flat on top of your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through that stitch and then begin your ascent all the way. Make sure everything stays nice and organized on the hook. So yarn over, pull through 2 of the colored ones and the bar. Yarn over the next 2 colored ones and the bar. Yarn over through the next 2 loops and the bar. Yarn over the next 2 loops and the bar. Turn to the right side of the project and pull through the final 2. And everything is just adjustable with your hands. These get more wobbly the longer that you go down. So now let's go, start another one, and we're going to go right into the space. Sorry, my cat's meowing. So coming into the space, pull through and go down. Next space, use your fingers and ply these spaces open. Going in, pull through and push. Next space down, in, yarn over and pull through. Next space, it's the last space, so going in, turn the entire project over, yarn over and get into the stitch that you're supposed to go into. Keep everything flat on your hook. So you'll yarn over, pull through, okay, and you'll yarn over, pull through the 2 loops and the bar. Just keep everything nice and organized. Pull through the 2 loops and the bar. Pull through the 2 loops and the bar. Pull through the 2 loops and the bar. And turn over to the right side and finish it. And let's do one more time. Come into the space and yarn over, pull to the good side, push down. Come to the next space, pull through, push down. Next space, yarn over, pull through to the good side, push down. Finally, you're in the last space, so going in, turn the entire project over, yarn over and go into the assigned stitch that you're looking for. Then you are going to yarn over, pull through, keep everything nice and flat on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops and a bar. See how I'm using my finger just to make sure that it stays flat. 2 loops and a bar. So if you're too loose, that gets kind of sloppy. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops and a bar, and I get looser the deeper I go on these things. So it just happens to be. So yarn over 2 loops and the final bar, turn to the good side of the work, pull through the final 2, and then that's it. So in this series we did waterfall 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let me back you out a little bit. And so we have gone down, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take you to a generic part of this tutorial where I'm going to talk to you about the pattern that we actually have, why you would use these, and just realize that there's a lot more to this, and the fact that you don't always go down on a straight line. These can be mixed and matched and a lot of fun. So I'm going to take you to that next, and I will see you there in just a second. So welcome to the second part of this tutorial, and all of the second part for this series is going to be the same. So once you watch it once on the one video, it's the same. So what we have here is a worksheet. There's a total of 6 pages in order to do it. It explains what this is of the waterfall. Basically you're working with the same stitch work and then you're just falling down into the spaces that exist. You're using the framework of this in order to hold it back. Just because I have 3 stitches coming down doesn't mean it's always 3. It could just be 1. It could be a multiple, and it could also be a stepping, and it could also be diagonals. So what I've done is that I've just created some notes here for you. The trick that you need to know with this most of all is that using a hook without a comfort grip is a lot easier. You need a great swath of the shaft in order to play with this kind of stitch. So just keep that in mind. So as we're just flipping our way through, we have some strategy for you. So let me just zoom you in and we'll talk quickly about that. This is just a little stitch diagram that I made, and most of them going beyond this are just the same diagram, but they're just changed in the stitches just to show that you can practice exactly what I just showed you. So what we have here is that you can see that we have waterfall 2. It falls down. You can see 1, 2. This one here is waterfall 3. It's 1, 2, 3 goes down. And so the 1 is the stitch that you're creating. 2 is the next one down. That's how it's working. So you're going to notice is that it just doesn't always go down straight. It can go down on an angle if it's leaving holes in a different angle. So it can go down in this angle. It could be in a different angle. And you can also combine these stitches so that you can increase the stitches as or increase the spaces so that there's more stitches. So you could actually have a waterfall 2, waterfall 3, and a waterfall 4 to create a diagonal shape here for geometrics. So you can do anything like that. And so you can just continually go down. So this is a really neat idea. So just because we've just been going straight down doesn't mean that we have to, and it can be a combination of many things. So let's keep flipping in the paper. So as explained, we have the universal symbol. The universal symbol may not have the symbol of a single crochet at the top. It may also just, this here could be a double crochet. So you have to refer to the instructions that a designer is providing to you because they may have something different. So it's kind of a universal symbol. So you'll see this. So this here is showing that it's a double crochet here. So it's a double crochet waterfall here, but it's a single crochet here at the top. So this is a waterfall that's falling down as a double crochet but ends with a single crochet. So that's something that you have to just keep in mind. So just watch your symbols, and that's moving on. So let's keep flipping along and let's go to the next example. So here's an example of the single crochet that we did in this series. This here is chaining of 28 and then single crochet, second chain from the hook, and then we're creating these spaces as we go along. So you can follow the chart in order to make that, so you can test this. And if you're following it right, row number 6 is how we started, and we started with the waterfall number 2, then we went 3, 4, and 5. So it just shows you this here is the stitch key to tell you what it is. So we have number 2, 3, 4, and 5, and remember that number 1 of any one of these is the stitch that you're putting in. So that's 1 and 2. So this makes it waterfall 2 and etc. and you can work your way through that. Let's keep flipping. This here is waterfalls with half double crochet. So the very top stitch is going to be a half double crochet. So our execution to start the stitch is different than from a single crochet. So that's something that you have to keep in mind, but we are just filling it in with this half double crochets. So we have waterfall 2, 3, 4, and 5, just how I explained it before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and or sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5 is right here. So you can follow this again. This is again chain 28, second chain from the hook starts your single crochet. You can make the framework in order to have this. So let's keep flipping in this page. This here was also the same diagram but done as a double crochet instead. So the very top of this is a double crochet. You can see that is here as well. So you got 2, 3, 4, and 5, and so it's just coming straight on down. This is chain 28 to start, and basically when we go to do this is that your second chain from the hook is a single crochet, and then you create the framework, and then the last row is the waterfall coming in. Remember that the last row that you're providing in, this is considered 1 and 2. That's why it's dropping down to 2. So it's 2 and then 3, 4, and 5. So waterfall number 1 would not exist because you're not dropping down anything beyond that. So this is kind of neat, and so this would be then the double crochet one that you would see. So in the end, it's a really neat concept. I was actually really quite thrilled with this. I was like up all night because I was so excited about this particular concept. I've never seen anything like it. I think it's really neat. It provides really good geometrics as far as like coming straight down. You could do your angles, and I just think it's a really nice clean finish. And the back of these things, even though we've been looking at the front the whole time, the back of them actually looks pretty decent too. So it's something that if your blanket turned over, it would be okay, but the front side is obviously the ideal side. So it's a really neat idea. This is the waterfall stitch, and hopefully that you enjoy and you have great value of learning something new today. Let me know in the comments how you're doing, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.